How's everybody doing today? My name is Crypto Corey. Today I want to come to you with a message about a few things. One would be a message about VEVE on the Ecomi app. One thing that I feel like a lot of newcomers into the VEVE space are starting to experience, including personal friends of mine, is they don't really understand how to get these drops. And when they watch the videos on how to do things like line gate or spam gate, you know, they just can't seem to get it done correctly. And I want to give you some understanding of why that is. Over the past year, VEVE has grown exponentially, especially after Decon and the Disney drops. So basically, you've got a large user base that didn't exist last year, and you've got tons of people all competing to get these drops, and they're making some of these drops a little bit rare, some of them not as rare, but they're selling out. And people like me, I'm not getting drops as much anymore, and newcomers coming into the space are watching videos on how to get drops, and they're still not getting them. So what I want to do is just give you an understanding of what VEVE is in the current moment and where it could be heading, and what you need to keep in mind if you look to invest into the VEVE NFT space. NFTs are growing in popularity, and people are trying to find where they can purchase NFTs, and platforms like VEVE are very user friendly, and people can get into it with just a credit card. They don't necessarily have to download a MetaMask wallet and convert tokens and pay gas fees and do all the convoluted stuff that comes with collecting NFTs. This is, you download the app, you can log in your credit card information, and you can purchase directly from your credit card. So when I see something like that, I see a mass user adoption. And that is something that we actually have had. We've had a large amount of users enter into the space. So now it's nearly impossible to get drops. I'm gonna give you two things to think about. One is, if you've got the money, I would recommend learning about the Master Collector program and investing into as many NFTs as possible to build up your Master Collector score. They do more than just purchasing of NFTs. They also they look at the activity you have, the type of NFTs you have, if you have collections, if you have duplicates. So go take a look at what the Master Collector program is, see what it entails, and then that will help you get drops in the future. I've only got about 95 collectibles currently, and there are people who have thousands of collectibles already. So my Master Collector score will not be nearly what other people's is. So that's one type of person. That's probably not who you think you're going to be. You're not going to come into this space the average Joe, like, you know, me or any other normal person. We're not going to come into the space and drop $5,000. We're just not. We're going to drop $6-7 and we'll just buy the drops, and we'll go and we'll get a $60 or $100. Maybe we'll splurge on a $200 NFT. But most people are not going to be spending thousands of dollars for one NFT that aren't interested in the Master Collector program. So for you who aren't going to just drop tons of money, you want to enter in the space, buy some NFTs slowly, there's two things I want to recommend for you specifically. One is wait for a really, really big blue chip drop. And then when that blue chip drop happens, people will sell a lot of their items in order to make room to get this drop. So during that time frame, prices will fall. And when prices fall down, it's a good opportunity for you to buy those NFTs that you were wanting to get. So that's the first piece of advice, is just wait for the price drops to happen. Second one is for people who, what I do personally, and it's not necessarily it's the better way, or it's just a different way. So if I miss a drop, which I miss more than 50% at this point. I was getting every drop, then I got down to, you know, I missed one out of every 4 or 5 drops. Now I literally miss more than 50% of all drops. So what I like to do is, if I don't get the drop, I do try to get the rebound too. And there's videos you can watch on how to get the rebounds and how to get the drops. I just don't know if it's going to be advantageous at this point to be teaching newcomers how to get drops, unless they're just really, really skilled at pressing a button. Me, I'm not that skilled. I've been doing it for over a year, and I'm losing drops left and right. So what I recommend you do is after the market goes live, get in ASAP. There will be people selling commons for really, really cheap, but that will go away in literal minutes. And FOMO builds in, and you get all emotional, and you're like, oh, I can still get it for cheap, I can still get it for cheap. And then all of a sudden you do get it, but you pay a little bit more than you thought you would. And then the price goes up and you think, oh, I made a good buy. And then about 5 hours later, usually the price settles back down. So that's the initial hype. So if you're not going to be able to get into what you know is dirt cheap at the very beginning, it's the best to wait about 24 hours, and then you will see the price settle. The price will settle back down, and you can then buy into that NFT and just hold it for a while. It'll eventually make money. If you are concerned about why you can't actually cash out, that is because you are early into the space. They are switching over to Immutable X, and Immutable X will allow you, without gas fees, to convert your NFTs into OMI or to Ethereum or whatever the Immutable X will allow. There's also going to be a portal for you to be able to just sell your NFTs. Another thing to keep in mind is you will have fees. So on some drops, fees are like 2%, some are up to 10%. So these are just a few things to keep in mind if you're entering into the space. This is not a scam. NFTs are not a scam. Eventually, everything you buy will be attached to a smart contract NFT. It's just inevitable. It's just the way that the natural evolution of digital markets is progressing. But not saying that everyone's going to be collecting JPEGs of 8-bit characters that are just going to keep going up and up and up and up. You're going to see NFTs settle. They're going to be not worth anything. They're going to crash. You're going to see all kinds of stuff. But for the next few years, most likely, you will see a surge of people buying into NFTs, people learning about what NFTs truly are, and then NFTs are going to go up dramatically in value. And VEVE is one of those spaces I have personally invested into, and I've been very thoroughly happy with it. So on all this, I don't even have the numbers for just VEVE, but I do have the total of the investment into NFTs I've made. I have purchased about $2,600 worth of NFTs over the past 6 months. And in that time frame, my portfolio has gained and is currently worth about $8,500. If we were just to look at just the VEVE side of things, I probably have invested around $2,000. It's where I've spent most of my money, but I have spent in other places. But from $2,000 to $8,000, that's a considerable jump in 6-month time frame. This is an early market. This is kind of like as if you bought Apple before the iPhone. That essentially that's what I'm doing right now. That's what many people are doing with a lot of these NFTs is they believe they're buying Apple, stock before the iPhone was out and about. I can't guarantee you VEVE is going to be Apple. I can't guarantee you it's going to be Google or Facebook. What I can guarantee you is right now it's a hot space where Disney is making a huge footprint. They've got Marvel. There's also DC is there. There's Cartoon Network. There's MGM Studios, Universal Studios. The USPS, United States Postal Service, also has NFTs there, as well as some really famous digital artists that are into the space. If you'd like to check it out, it's Ecomi. And the app you can download in the App Store, and it's called VEVE, and it's been a really fun ride learning about NFTs and investing into the space. And after 6 months, what I can tell you is we have years. We seem to have years in this space before we see any real downside. Obviously there's gonna be projects that come up and fail, but as of right this minute, VEVE is, in my personal opinion, one of the top projects because it's got a native token, it's got a metaverse, and they've got some of the biggest licenses in the world. Many people are looking at Recur, and I've got nothing against Recur. I got something against having to buy a pass in order to buy an NFT. So the pass is an NFT, and it gives you exclusive access to buy other NFTs. I'm not hating on that necessarily, but if you want me to invest in a space, Gary V, then I probably need better incentive than something that's, here's a NFT of a ring and it's going to make a lot of money. And it probably will. I want something I enjoy. I'm not into NFTs just to make money. I'm in NFTs because it's enjoyable. It's a great hobby. I collect Pokemon cards. I collect Funko Pops. Funko Pops and Pokemon cards do make money, but they don't make nearly as much as NFTs do. And a lot of NFTs that I've invested in are things I enjoy. Star Wars, for one. Disney, I invested in some Batman, I got some Superman, I've got the Time Machine from Back to the Future. I own the Time Machine. I own some hoverboards from Back to the Future. I own Voltron. So there's just a lot of cool stuff that I own that's not just a little JPEG of an ugly looking dude. I do have some Pluto Alliance aliens, and they've airdropped me quite valuable tokens and some NFTs, and I've made a lot of money because I've just held an NFT and they send me stuff as a reward. So, NFTs are a space I wish I could try to get more people into just to test the waters. But what you do need to keep in mind is if you do invest in just the NFT market in a general sense, you need to be playing with your throwaway money. You do not need to be playing with investment money. This is not an investment money thing. This is not a retirement Roth IRA thing. And this is not your emergency fund. So first, you need to be out of debt. You need to have no debt. You need to have some money sitting on the sidelines or some type of funds available to you if something bad were to happen. You need to have a retirement plan put in place, because a retirement plan ensures that you will have money for the future. Then you need to have whatever investment portfolio that you choose. NFTs being amongst them, but I do not consider them to be the best amongst them because there's no history. NFTs are brand new. It's a brand new market, and we do not know what the future holds. We do know that everything will eventually be an NFT, but what that means from an investor standpoint, we just don't know. It's crypto. Crypto is wildly volatile and it goes up and down like crazy. Now, I have made plenty of money in crypto and on NFTs, but it could all just come crashing down. And at a moment's notice, we've had over a month of down pricing. We've had bearish months now. I do believe it's not a bear market, but I can't control what happens in the markets. We're just along for the ride. But what I can tell you is time in the market typically beats timing the market. So keep buying the dips, keep hodling, don't invest what you're not willing to lose. And thank you for joining me. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. My name's Crypto Corey, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good day.